251 meters. Now if you're up for a challenge, you can make the 4-kilometer hike to the top to get some phenomenal views of the area. Now after
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to top 10 places to visit in Ireland. Okay, so this is my first time doing a video on Ireland, and I am so excited to see what Ireland, holds for us. So without wasting any much of your time, let's get into today's video.
My name is Ryan, and I recently returned from exploring the magical country of Ireland, and I want to share with you my favorite places. So here is my Ireland top 10. Ireland is easily one of the most enchanting places on earth. From the Cliffs of Moher to the daunting Skellig Island, Ireland is a mystical land just waiting to be explored. Let's start this video off at Giant's Causeway. Located in Northern Ireland, about a 3-hour drive from Dublin, Giant's Causeway is one of the most recognizable places in all of Ireland. It's famous for its jagged cliffs and over 40,000 basalt columns. They are these perfect hexagons that cover the coast. According to legend, the causeway was built by an Irish giant so he could cross the Northern Sea. When I was there, we started by hiking above the cliffs and then made our way down to the causeway. I was just amazed by the bizarre rock formations. I had such a fun time walking on them. It's wild to think they were made by nature. Now while you're there, you can also hike around to other spots on the coast, such as the amphitheater. I really like this one rock formation called the Chimney Stacks on the cliffs. Now while we're still in Northern Ireland, we're going to head over to Corrick a Reid. It's this scenic bridge that crosses the sea over to this little island. I was just amazed by the watercolor there. It's just so blue, contrasted perfectly with the green cliffs. Now just 20 minutes from there, you can visit the Dark Hedges. It's this avenue lined with over 90 beech trees. They were planted almost 250 years ago. Now according to legend, there's a ghost called the Grey Lady who wanders the road. Definitely has a spooky vibe, especially at night. Now after, we're going to leave Northern Ireland to visit the Skellig Cliffs. Now located in the county of Donegal, about a 4-hour drive from Dublin, the Skellig Cliffs are some of the highest cliffs in all of Europe with a height of 601 meters. They're just absolutely massive. Now when you're there, there's plenty of lookout points, and there's a path that walks along the cliffs that offers astounding views the whole way. I went there for sunset, but if you want to get the best lighting, I recommend going for sunrise. The light will hit those cliffs really nicely. Another really beautiful nearby place is the village of Mallinbeg. Now it's just a 30-minute drive from Skellig, and it's home to one of the best beaches in all Ireland called the Silver Strand. It's this horseshoe-shaped beach surrounded by green cliffs. Now if the ocean wasn't so cold, you would think you were on a tropical island. Now there's a stairway that walks you down to the beach. I had such a great time walking along the sand and exploring the grassy cliffs. Also in Mallinbeg, there's this really cool Napoleonic signal tower that was built over 200 years ago, and you can also get another vantage point of the Skellig Cliffs from there. Now while we're still in Donegal, you can visit Mount Airigal. Now it's the tallest peak in Donegal with a height of 751 meters. Now if you're up for a challenge, you can make the 4-kilometer hike to the top to get some phenomenal views of the area. Now afterwards, we're going to visit Eagles Rock. Now located about 40 minutes from Donegal, Eagles Rock is Ireland's highest freestanding tower with a height of 330 meters. You can hike about 6 kilometers to reach the top of the plateau. It's really a beautiful area over there. Now afterwards, we're going to head back to the coast to visit Downpatrick Head. Now located on the wild Atlantic Way in North Mayo, it's a distinctly shaped headland home to the impressive Dún Bristí sea stack. Now during World War II, a lookout post was built here with the markings of Air 64, which was used by American aircraft so they knew they had reached neutral Ireland. I never knew what the purpose of those markings meant. I guess air is the Irish word for Ireland. Anyways, it's just pretty cool history. Afterwards, we're going to visit the most famous place in all of Ireland, the Cliffs of Moher. Now located on Ireland's west coast, about a 3-hour drive from Dublin, the cliffs stretch over 14 kilometers, with the highest reaching 214 meters above the sea. Now when you go to the cliffs, you can park at the visitor center. When we were there, we parked at this place called Garen's Path. It's about €5 a person and a short walk to the cliffs, and not nearly as many people were there. Anyways, when we reached them, I was just amazed by the size of the cliffs. I mean, they were way bigger than I imagined, and they just drop off straight into the ocean. If you want to walk to the end of the cliffs, you can make the trek to Hag's Head. Also, another cool spot is O'Brien's Tower, which was built in 1835. If you can, I definitely recommend waiting for sunset as the light hits the cliffs, giving it a strikingly orange glow. I mean, it's easy to see why it's one of the most popular places in all Ireland. Now, another really cool spot right next to the cliffs is Donegal Castle, just like 10 minutes away, and it's a 16th century tower house, and I just love its unique shape. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the Aran Islands. Now, they are located right off of Galway, and the Aran Islands are made up of 3 islands, with Inishmore being the largest. Now, to get to the islands, the best option is a ferry from Rossaville. You can also leave from Doolin, which is close to the Cliffs of Moher. Now, the island is covered in these recognizable stone walls made from limestone. I mean, they're just literally everywhere. Now, while you're on the island, you can rent a bike or just walk around and explore the intriguing landscapes and historical sites of the Aran Islands. Now, another really cool place on the mainland of Ireland is Donegal. It's located about an hour's drive from Galway, and it's this lake, and it has this island with these distinct trees. It kind of reminds me of the island in Harry Potter where like Dumbledore's wand was hidden. Anyways, it's just this really scenic site out in the countryside, and it's worth a visit, especially if you're into photography. Now, afterwards, we're going to the County Kerry to visit the Gap of Dunloe. Now, located in the southwestern tip of Ireland, about a 4-hour drive from Dublin. The Gap of Dunloe is this incredibly scenic mountain pass. Now, you can drive it if you're comfortable with skinny, windy roads. Now, we parked at the beginning of the pass near Kate Kearney's cottage and then walked up. Now, one of my favorite features of the Gap of Dunloe is its bridges. You can reach the Wishing Bridge with just a short walk from the parking lot. Another thing I really loved about the pass was just the size of the mountains. I mean, they were just absolutely massive, and they were just covered in this dark green color. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the Kerry Cliffs. Now, located about an hour's drive from Killarney, the Kerry Cliffs are some of the most beautiful in all Ireland. They are over 300 meters high, and many people told me they liked them a lot more than the Cliffs of Moher. The cliffs have such a unique color and finger-like sections that extend into the sea. I mean, there's plenty of viewpoints, and it's just overall a great place to visit. Now, for our final destination, we're going to visit the Skellig Islands. Now, this was the main reason I wanted to go to Ireland. There are these 2 islands located off of Kerry and are truly out of this world. The only way to get to the islands is by boat. We went with the company Skellig Michael Voyage. I'll link them in the description below. We left from the town of Portmagee. Now, the ride out to the islands was no joke. The sea was rough, but it definitely added to the adventure. After about an hour of boating, we made it to the island. We got off the boat, and I was just so freaking stoked. We just started walking up the island's path until we reached the stairs that lead up to the top to the monasteries. Now, the stairs were just beyond cool. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of puffins burrowed right next to the stairs and on the island slopes. I mean, they were just so freaking cute. We reached the midway point at Christ Saddle and then kept hiking to the top. After climbing the island's 618 stairs, we finally made it to the monastery. Now, the history of the island is just absolutely fascinating. The monastic settlement dates back to the 6th century, where the monks of St. Fionnan lived simple lives on this isolated island. They built these beehive huts completely out of stone. They were precisely designed to make sure no water could get into them. Now, it's believed there were about 12 monks that lived here at a time. In the 13th century, the monks left the island for mainland Ireland, and since then, Skellig has become a place for pilgrimage. I mean, I can't imagine what it must have been like to live on the island back then. You would have to take a rowboat out there on the turbulent sea, then climb up the jagged rocks to reach the top. Those monks were sure ambitious. After exploring the monastery, we hiked back down. I just couldn't believe how windy it was up there. We got back on the boat and went over to the northern side of the island, and then on our way back we stopped at Little Skellig. This island is uninhabited, but it's home to one of the largest colony of northern gannets in the world. I mean, I couldn't believe how many birds there were, and you sure could smell them. All in all, the Skellig Islands are one of the coolest places I've ever been, and I couldn't recommend them enough. If you do visit, you can either do a landing tour or just boat around the island. Obviously, I recommend you do a landing tour. Well, that is it for my Ireland top 10.
Guys, Ireland is so you know what, I'm going to risk it. Ireland is so fucking beautiful. Wow, Can you imagine? It didn't look real. None of those places look real at all. Like, just look like landscapes that they show you on your phone screen. Wow. Wow. This is like officially the most magical place in the whole world, because like this place are so magical to the point where even most popular movies starred most of these landscapes. Like, I'm not even joking. I don't know if you recognized some places, but I did. I recognized the dark hedges. Like, I tried my best not to scream. I wasn't even sure, but now I confirmed it after watching the video. It was actually used in Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones is like one of my favorite movies. What? I think Ireland has become my favorite country as well, because what? Guys, hold on. Guess what? The Skellig Islands, if you watch to the very end, the Skellig Islands was also used in Star Wars. I don't know what episode, but I recognize them from Star Wars as well. I don't know, maybe you could like go back and then look at it for yourself. But wow. And not just Skellig Island, guys. The Cliffs of Moher was also in Harry Potter. Like, guys, you have to be kidding me. What? Harry Potter, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, all in one. These people know what they were doing. They have taste. Cause wow, I didn't even think those places were real. Like, Ireland is such a beautiful country. I am lost of words. I literally cried. I started tearing up because wow. These places are so unreal. I have to see it to believe it. Well guys, we have come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you stayed to the end, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And don't forget to share. Turn on your post notification as well so you don't miss out on any of my videos, okay? And please, if you're open to donating to my channel and supporting my channel, which I would love, please, there's a link in my description box. Just click there and it will take you to a website where you could buy me as many coffees as you'd love to, and they would be appreciated. Thank you so much for watching once again. I'll be signing off. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.